Welcome back to Missin the Homies. This is a show where I bullshit with my homies. I'm gonna get this intro started real quick. Spoiler, looking directly into the camera. Intense, massive spoilers for the Marvels, Loki. Oh my. Oh no! I thought it worked. Okay. Anyways, while it's still frozen, spoilers for spoilers for all of that. So if you care about that, click off because we're about to talk about all of it. Kier, you ready?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, dude. First question. Okay, I don't even know where we start. Which one? Okay, Loki. Yeah. I guess Loki first because Loki finale came first. What did you think of the finale?
Yeah,
What were your biggest? What were your biggest gasps?
That's a good intro question. My biggest gasps were honestly, this is such a small point, but the Renslayer quick scene near the end when she's like in the end of time, and there's clearly that Alioth beast is there, but also there's a pyramid in the back, and
yes,
whatever, I forgot his name. Is it Ramatut, the King the Conqueror variant that's Egyptian? I was like, oh, so she's definitely still going to be around, I think.
Well, and like the pyramid threw me off at first because I thought she was just in a different time, and then I heard the Alioth, and I was like, that was my first gasp.
And my other gasp is also at the end. I mean, I honestly love the episode, but my other gasp was the way they addressed Ant-Man. I feel like needed to be done when they were like, oh, this. Also, I mean, we can get into the semantics of the pocket dimension. I'm not really sure what that means, but yeah. It was interesting. So I guess like it implies that guy's still around probably, but like they handled it unclear. They just acknowledged that he is. It really kind of clarified the timeline for me a little bit. Yeah. I was a little confused about what was going on with that variant and like how he remains. I know they're maybe the same person or maybe not. I
don't know. Okay, so I have been in the r/Marvel Reddit like crazy. My first big gasp was the fucking tree of life, like the world tree. I literally paused it and I was like, nay. Oh my god, it's Yggdrasil. She's like, I don't know what that is. She was like, not even. She was answering emails. She's like, I'm gonna like kind of watch, and like if I have questions, will you answer? I was like, for sure. And I literally paused it, looked at her. I was like, nay, it's Yggdrasil. She's like, okay. I was like, how much do you know about Norse mythology? She's like, nothing. I was like, ugh. Okay, well, that's important.
Yeah.
But I think especially like kind of running through Loki because I watched like the first 4 episodes in Seattle all at once, and then these last 2 I watched back to back. So I was like kind of running through it. I was like, wow, this season is like, where is it gonna end? Because I felt like they did a lot, but with the like time loop, I was like, not much is happening. Like a lot is happening, but not a lot has happened. Oh my gosh. The time stuff really like always has been so confusing, but I feel like I had to watch this last episode twice because I like didn't fully understand the time slipping.
Oh yeah. No. But yeah.
I loved how they did it. Like, and I was like I was confused why it was Loki. And I thought the scene where he went back with Mobius, I was like, oh my god, what a beautiful, like that was like Wanda Vision, like grief is just love enduring. I was like, whoa, what the fuck? They like they really like they went hard with Loki, which is crazy because I didn't like the first season. Like
really?
Full on, I like remembered the first season ending and being like, this is gonna be important, but I didn't like it. Like I thought it was
fair enough.
not. It was too big of a scope, but also like, I don't know. The CGI I thought was weird, and I thought the characters were weird. Like, I don't know. Sylvie felt angsty just to be angsty, and I was like, but I really like even Sylvie in the second season. I was like, she like was just there, kinda.
Yeah, I do feel I was thinking a similar critique about Sylvie. I think I think the romance of the first season was a little weird because they were like kind of the same person, but I was down for it. But I feel like they really backed off on that in a way that I was kind of compelled by the romance, and I know that there was a fight over like free will, determinate, all that stuff. But they had pretty opposite points of view of what needed to be done. But I kind of I felt like there was a strong romantic pull that they kind of just didn't acknowledge.
They just like laughed. They're like, They're like, that might have been too weird. Which like I feel like in the first scene or in the first season, they felt more like siblings than the same person. That's why I was like, oh, this feels gross.
Yeah.
But then I think the mullet, like her having the mullet, really like differentiated.
She was giving Miley Cyrus.
Huge Miley Cyrus vibes. Huge. But I like even Sylvie in the second season, I thought like the scene where she was in the record shop, I like that was like another gap. I was just like, whoa, this is it's funny because I feel like because after I finished watching Loki, I went and I watched Quantumania, the first Ant-Man, and then the second Ant-Man. Like,
oh, good for you.
Such a stupid order, but I was like, I really needed it, and I was like, Ant-Man Quantumania hits way different after watching Loki.
Oh, really?
Yeah, okay. because there's even a scene where I mean when he goes into the core and he spoilers for Ant-Man. Oh yeah, spoilers. I'll add it to the beginning. So spoilers for Loki, the Marvels, Quantumania, X-Men. But like there's a part where he's in the core and all of the Ant-Men are like going to go up to the core, and the one that gets huge, when he touches it, he like does that like thread thing, and I was like,
he goes spaghetti mode.
Yeah, it definitely goes spaghetti mode. And watching it the first time, I was like, oh, that was cool, but like, or like I get what happened, but like now after seeing it in Loki, I was like, oh, that's like their snap, but like the timeline just totally unraveling.
Yeah.
So it was sick. I really feel like they took more like special effects artists off of Ant-Man and put them on Loki, because the special effects were crazy. That was one thing that I thought season 1 did pretty well too.
Yeah, especially compared to some of the other MCU TV shows, they put the money in, it seemed like. Did you watch any of the Screen Crush? Shout out Ryan Airy. Did you watch any of the Screen Crush videos about Loki?
I haven't. I watched. It went Loki, all of the Ant-Man, and then I went and saw the Marvels. So I haven't even had any time. But like those are.
Oh, you've been hard.
Are they worth? Shout out Ryan Airy. I feel like they're always worth watching.
And I like the things you missed video where there's like just a bunch of Easter egg stuff. Those videos always hit. There's one, if you don't mind me spoiling his take.
Go for it.
It's a small part of the video, but he was saying that his theory was that when in Ant-Man Quantumania, when they like push Kang back, he's already in the quantum realm.
Yeah.
But then when they push him into the quantum, or say into the core, his theory was that like at that point he would be hypothetically not killed, but like taken out of time.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe when people get taken out of time, they go to the end of time. So maybe he's in the end of time with, like maybe he will meet Ravonna there is kind of the take that he had.
That's interesting. You know, I will say, like, a lot of the spoilers and shit that I've been seeing, I called it. I called it that they were gonna switch Kang and Doom for Secret Wars, and I think that's like the working theory now. But I don't know, with Jonathan Majors, like, that's the this is like I don't know. Hate Jonathan Majors for like being an abusive piece of shit. But like going back and watching Quantumania, I was like, fuck, he's such a good Kang. Like, I was like, wow, he like really did work in Quantumania. Also thought it was weird, like going back again, I was like, damn, he really got his ass kicked by Paul Rudd. Like,
yeah, that's true. That's a yeah. We did kind of. They better have a good plan for Paul Rudd, because there's no reason he should have been able to defeat Kang there.
Paul Rudd 100% should have died. Paul Rudd should have died.
Ant-Man should have died. No,
yeah, not Paul Rudd. Paul Rudd is America's sweetheart, but
may he live forever. But
he will live forever in Clueless and Ant-Man. Actually, I hated him in Clueless. I thought he was horrible.
I've never seen Clueless.
Don't watch it. It's Renee was like, you gotta watch it, and I watched it. And I was like, Paul Rudd is weird. He like was creepy. Anyway, spoilers for Clueless. Spoilers for Clueless. So, that's interesting. He could be at that. I don't know what they're gonna do with Ravonna, because in the comics, Ravonna and first off, the Miss Minutes. I'm pissed that that thread that they dropped. Sexy Miss Minutes. Miss Minutes, but sexual?
I feel like they teased that she was going to be really powerful, but then she kind of was just...
Bro, Miss Minutes was just a tease.
TVA. Yeah, like she's in the new TVA, like apparently cooperating with... I don't know, they've already done AI stuff, so maybe they decided they didn't want to dive into that, but...
Yeah.
I was really worried for a minute there that they were really going to be like, she's actually the villain all along.
I thought that too, especially when she put her face on that mannequin. Like that's where I was like, oh man, is this gonna be like an evil Vision but Miss Minutes?
Right, exactly. Yeah,
that was wild.
Yeah,
I'm trying to think what else were my biggest gasps. What were like big takeaways from Loki season 2? What were you like? Because
I love Loki as an actor. He did great.
Oh my gosh.
Ouroboros, most improved to Ouroboros, MVP to Loki. Tom Hiddleston. Also, actually, no. MVP to Ouroboros, most improved to the guy who was the front desk guy, who escaped from Alcatraz. Can't remember his name. Toby?
Casey.
Yeah, he was most improved. He nailed it.
I thought the cast was gonna be weird at first, because I was like, why do you how many of these people do you actually need? Like, I feel like even Owen Wilson, that was my big full circle moment when we got just the one shot of Owen Wilson on the jet ski. I was like, that's what I needed. Since the first season with him talking about that jet ski, I was like, damn. But I thought the crew was great.
Absolutely. I think my only concern, and we've talked about this off air and before, but it's just I hope that I understand that they don't want to push things out too quickly, and I don't need too much content, but they're already in so many directions that I hope we can get an update to this story soon. I don't want to wait a couple years to get an update to what's going on here.
I think Loki. Especially with him being essentially the cup, the choke point of all of the multiverses. I think he's gonna be huge in Secret Wars. I feel like Kang and Ravonna are gonna try and kill him, and they're either gonna succeed and shit happens. When they said incursions, or wait, was that in?
I'm not sure. I don't remember that.
I don't know if it was in Loki or if it was in the Marvels. Bro, the Marvels, crazy. Crazy.
How we transition?
I think so. I'm like, bro, the Marvels was insane. What were your what okay, first off, which side are you on? Do you think the Marvels killed the MCU or are lifting
Liked it. I genuinely enjoyed it. I thought it was good. I thought I'm not sure the actress's name, but I thought Kamala Khan was amazing. She nailed the role. She was like so funny, and she played like the fan role as well. She's also a superhero so well. I was down for like the team dynamic. I like the mechanic of the fighting style they had. I wasn't like in awe of the action scenes, but I thought the actual fighting style of them being able to switch places was pretty cool. And I thought the cat, like there were so many fun things, like the cats and the singing world and the.
I was like weirdly. I wanted more of Nick Fury.
Yeah,
I was like, why is he the comic relief in this?
He really was
in this movie. But like, I thought he did it so well. I literally I out loud laughed when he was like, use your black girl magic. I was like, this is the dynamic that I didn't know. Because I thought the dynamic going in was gonna be kind of weird, just from a hero standpoint, like, because I mean, what Captain Marvel's last movie was in between Endgame, or in between Infinity War and Endgame, so I was like, we haven't seen her, and she's supposed to be. I'm so fucking mad. I need to stop counting with my fucking. So I thought Carol and then Monica, like, I like that they like really honed in on them not talking and making it weird. And like, I think like Miss like Kamala Khan, she, what is her name? Imani something. She like you said, she played that like fan, but like she reminded me of like a more hyped up Tom Holland in Civil War. And I thought she did it really, really well. And I was thinking, like, especially coming into coming into the Marvels, that like, I don't know, you know, like people have been complaining that the MCU is falling off, and like to a certain degree, like, you know, there has been a lot of stuff coming out, and I feel like the threads have gone in so many different directions. But I feel like with Loki, it's funny that it is like with Loki, because I feel like all of the threads are like starting to make more sense, which like you and me are on the same page. Like, it's just going to take a while. And I think it's crazy that, like, you know, people are like, well, everybody wants Endgame is like everybody wants every movie to be Endgame. And it's like, that's yes and no. Like, I think part of the appeal of MCU is like they have this huge like interconnected universe, and like I feel like it needed more team ups. And so that's why I was like so excited to come into the Marvels. And I thought that like the dynamic was going to be weird with the three of them, but they played off each other so well. Like, especially I don't think they ever gave her a name, but Monica Rambeau, her I think it was, and I want to say it was Spectrum. Is it Spectrum or Photon? Like,
I think it's Photon. I think she's both. I think both of them are her in the comics in different. I might be wrong about that.
Anyways,
different.
But like,
I think she has two. There's two. She's in the comics in two different ways.
But like, I don't know. She was so like uptight in WandaVision, and I love that that's another thing. Like, we haven't seen her, so we haven't seen Carol since her movie, what, 2019. We haven't seen fucking Monica since WandaVision, and
Yeah.
WandaVision was like feels like a lifetime ago at this point.
Yeah. And I mean, I want to see Wanda herself. Like she was in the Scarlet Witch was in like 2 minutes of Doctor Strange, right? He's in uh, Wolverine Origins. I'm pretty sure,
Mm.
or maybe no, maybe it's Last Stand. I think it's maybe it's the third of the trilogy. Yeah, because that's the one where they go to Alcatraz.
Oh, shout out Casey.
And I know do two Alcatraz mentions in the same pod. All right.
Shout out Alcatraz.
Yeah, he's in because he's like because he was in the initial X-Men, right? But then he becomes like an embassy official or like to the UN, like the mutant reporter.
See, Beast is so confusing to me because like in the comics he's in so many different places. Like he's a part of the Avengers for a good chunk of the comics, and maybe not a good chunk, but like he's in the Avengers, and like where the X-Men are at now, Beast is like low-key kind of evil. So it's like I don't know, but he's like I don't think that's the route they're going. Anyways,
I don't think. I think he's a nice guy. He's like a diplomatic genius who also looks. He's like I don't know. He's blue and
he's a beast.
A beast, yeah.
I found out that the guy, because I was like looking it up in the theater while I was sitting there waiting for the like after that. Because I waited until after the like final credits. I thought there was gonna be 3 credits.
I did too. Yeah.
But he's the guy who plays Frasier, which I don't know if you've ever watched Frasier. I never watched Frasier, but that's like one of the that like takes place in Seattle. That was like a big thing I kept seeing when we were in Seattle. Like,
oh really? Is it set there?
Yeah, I forget what his name is. I want to say Michael Chiklis, but I know that's wrong.
No, it's let me look it up. That's not it.
Bro, great. I didn't know who Monica's mom was, like what character. I had to look up her character, but I know she's a Miss Marvel, or she's a Captain Marvel like era.
Yeah.
That's when Miss Marvel was
Yeah.
like a part of the X. No, she wasn't a part of the X-Men. But she was like. So, I think that's.
All right, real quick. I got the,
Yeah.
So first, Miss Marvel is Aman Vellani. Shout out Aman. And
Hell yeah.
the Beast is like Kelsey Grammer.
Kelsey Grammer, not Michael Chiklis. Yeah, I was like, I've heard the name before, but I didn't know. And then I was like scrolling down the Wikipedia. I was like, oh my god, he's Frasier. He's Dr. Frasier Crane. And that is all my Frasier knowledge. What was I gonna say? So she plays Binary, who's like a different version of or Captain Marvel. I don't know, but I thought that was wild.
I'm pretty sure that Binary is in this comic I'm reading right now. Because she wears the same outfit. It's like the red and white with like the 2 stars on the side. You didn't even put your thumb up that time,
bro. The thing is after we this weekend, I spent like straight up an hour trying to figure this out, and I like turned off the reactions, and it's like it's still there.
That stuff.
Recognize hand gestures. Yes? No? Okay, whatever. So sorry.
Because, I think the actress, I watched a recap video. The actress who plays Monica's mom is also in, is it Doctor Strange? Yeah, I didn't realize that.
Yo, she is getting work in Marvel, which I thought is crazy because she was Captain Marvel, right? That's who she played in Doctor Strange?
Yeah, she is Captain Marvel, I think, in like the other universe, basically, I think.
Yeah. So, damn, so she's already in 3 different universes.
Right.
I mean, unless the X-Men are in that same. I wonder if it's the same universe, because he like talked about Charles, but bro, you know that.
I think it will be, but yeah. But did that Charles not die in?
Oh no, yeah, never mind. He did die, so it's got to be a different universe. Yeah. Oh yeah. Bro, that was a crazy scene. Just Wanda murking all the Illuminati. Okay, sorry, question.
I know, they really teased us with all the, like, I'm sure the major comic book fans were freaking out, and then they all just get killed immediately.
Bro, I was losing my mind because Black Bolt is like one of the strongest, like, I think in like the power rankings, like Black Bolt is like way up there, and I was like, oh shit, this is gonna be like, how is this gonna go? And then the first time watching it, and I was surprised that they showed his brains getting blown out on screen. I was like, whoa, what the fuck? Sorry. Okay, question. I like think about that.
So the Bengals, the Kamala Khan's Bengals, the first one was found like in a 10 rings like site, and I was wondering, those are 2 pieces of like jewelry, and they seem to have somewhat similar powers. I was wondering if they're in the comics that you've read, or if there's anything going on there that you know about.
I don't know too much, but I knew that they were the quantum. Well, I thought they were the quantum bands when they showed it in Miss Marvel, which actually I don't remember where they were from. So like 10 rings, that probably, I mean, like, if you say so, I believe it.
Yeah, they did. I getting this from another Ryan Area video. The Flash,
yeah.
the recap, I know, but I guess that they were around like a hand that was blue, and I think I meant to be a Kree hand.
Mm-hmm.
In like on top of like a floor that was a picture of like the 10 rings symbol, and that's where like the Jinn, I think, found them.
Oh, see, that was the one I didn't like go back and rewatch. Like, I feel like I should have watched Miss Marvel going back into this.
There's just so much. There's a recap video, but yeah, there's a lot.
What I was confused about, and I was literally texting Stassi about this, I thought Miss Marvel's powers came from the quantum band. So like when she took it off and she like was doing her powers, I was like, oh, okay, like I guess they're not tied. But then I was like, okay, so she's also a mutant. So I'm very confused on where Kamala Khan is gonna go. But then also when they were like, these are the most powerful items in the universe. Oh, like the Kree soldier. What was her name? Darbin. That was the other thing. Like throughout that movie, I was like, I do not know what her name is. Like they kept talking about her, and I was like, could not. And then I feel like towards the end, they said her name like 7 times. I was like, okay, cool, Darbin, gotcha. I thought they were gonna give. I thought Captain Marvel was gonna take the Bangles because I was like, oh, if they're that powerful, she's the only person who can take them. So I was like, I thought that was weird that Kamala Khan wound up with them.
Yeah, because Darbin died like immediately after putting them on.
Immediately, she put them on and immediately evaporated. I was like, what the?
I think the only answer I have to that is, they on them it says like, what is, I'm not sure what it says, but basically the idea is like I think the idea is they were seeking her out.
She did say that, and I was like, okay.
Maybe they've like chosen her so she's able to handle it. I don't know.
Which is crazy because I don't know anything about the quantum bands, but I thought they were a Captain Marvel thing. I thought they were like a cosmic, like I thought they were related cosmically. And Captain Marvel at this point is like the only cosmic character in. No, that's a lie, but she's like the most powerful cosmic character. Yo, that second end credit scene though.
Yeah, I knew you were gonna be excited about that one.
I did yell in the theater, but the theater I went and saw it in had like 6 people, so like nobody cared. Like it was so quiet. I like that. To me, like those kind of like out of nowhere, that's what I was so excited, because I didn't think that they were gonna start the Young Avengers like right there.
Right, yeah.
Who do you think they're gonna, like, what do you think the team's gonna look like? Because obviously we have Kamala Khan and Kate Bishop. Can't count with my thumbs.
I think the only other kids we know that are superheroes were the kids in WandaVision, but are they even real? Maybe they're not even. I don't remember what happened to them.
I think. Well, I mean, in Multiverse of Madness, like they're real in other universes.
Oh, okay.
But I don't know. Like, I wonder. Like, I don't think there's any that. No, because the ones that Wanda made had powers.
So maybe it'll be a post multiverse thing. They will like come together. And then Hulk's son, right?
Oh yeah, Scar with his fucked up hairline. his superpower is his hairline.
I don't even remember that. I'm gonna have to look it up.
Bro, look. Okay. Okay, so while you're looking that up, or did you look him up? Did you see?
I'll look it up. What's
look
it
up. Scar, Skaar, I think. So the other ones that we know, Patriot.
Oh, leave that guy alone.
Bro, my man's has a 12 head.
The thing is, he has like you can see the rest of his hairline is like in a totally appropriate spot, but then his barber must have done him up poorly.
Bro, my man's got a 4x4 head. So there's Patriot, who is
oh right.
Elijah. Shit, what's his name? But the original Captain America's grandson. So that's those 3. If they do Wiccan and Speed, which like, I mean, I guess they could, but like, I don't know. That would have to be like, they're gonna have completely different characters because of they would have to age them up because Kate even said she's like 23 and Kamala's, I don't know, she's gotta be like 18 to 20.
Probably.
Who else is on the team? I know Iron Lad is on the team, and real quick. Do you know who Iron Lad is? I don't want to mansplain.
Oh, drop the knowledge, please.
Okay, so Iron Lad is a Kang variant, and he's Tony Stark's like great grandson or something. So he's like related to Kang and Iron Man, and he comes back. He goes back in time, and he's like whatever, the same age as all the other kids, and he has Kang's suit because Kang's powers are like Kang doesn't have any powers. All of his powers are from his suit. Other than that, he's just like a fucking ripped dude who knows martial arts. Yeah. Except I guess not. He got his ass kicked by Paul Rudd or by Ant-Man. So he's
and the army of ants. Don't knock that. Don't knock the sentient.
The army of ants, bro.
Let's let it run. Oh.
It's like it's teasing. Oh, okay. So I can just turn it off and turn it back on. Ooh, okay. So that works. That's good to know. So Iron Lad is a Kang variant, and he, like, he comes back, and I think him being in that time frame or that like time point, like, fucks up their time. So he has to leave, but he leaves his suit, and his suit makes like another Vision. So there's like Kid Vision, Iron Lad, Patriot, Kate, or Hawkeye, Kamala. But like with Kamala Khan, I don't know. So they could like, in universe, there's definitely Patriot. There's Wiccan and Speed. Scar, maybe. If he... I don't know what they're going to do with him. Like, they just showed him for a second. Which, like...
Right.
So, bro, his hair... I don't know why they did him like that. I really hope that they don't fix it. Like, that that they keep it, and he looks like that. So, yeah, I was so pumped for... Young Avengers.
Do they have enemies that are clear in the comics, or is it just like they fight a bunch of bad guys kind of thing?
The only comic that bro, actually, I'll let you when I see you for Thanksgiving, I'll give you my 2 Young Avengers books because they're really short and they're like, I think they're only a couple issues, but the one they fight Kang, and I think that's it. That's the only one that I know. The other story that, like, their main story is like versing Doom. So Doom and Kang. I'm like, bro, do you think they're gonna can Jonathan Majors? And
I think that's an impossible question. I have no clue, dude. I haven't kept up with the case enough. I kind of been waiting to let them make that decision, and then hopefully, I mean, if he gets charged with it, what he is being, whatever. And I can't see them keeping him. That'd be crazy.
Hopefully not.
But they've invested so much. I don't know. We'll see.
All right. Oh,
I wouldn't want them to keep him if, like, I don't know. I was already surprised he was in as much of Loki as I was really anticipating them just like immediately killing him off, kind of thing.
That's what I thought. Yo, real quick, with our less than a minute, my question that I'm gonna leave you on.
Yes.
What would a variant Kiernan look like?
Great, I love it.
And that's gonna remind me of like the story that I had to tell you that I told you that I like was gonna lead this with,